Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it, you're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Vedasse.
The best radio show.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car,
At work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it, you're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free
Are
credit.
you ready to turn it up?
This is Starr Radio UK.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And a very good evening and welcome once again to Niger Voices on Starr Radio UK. It is your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. And I welcome you once again. It is the 30th of March 2022. We're going to be starting the program again this evening with quite a lot of conversation, and I'd like to welcome you as you're all joining. But before I go further, I would like to appreciate my producer, Frank and Archie. Can I get a speaker? And also, the speaker, and also, the team that are working behind the scene, that are working tirelessly this evening. This evening, it's going to be the focus point of the conversation tonight, which is this particular incident that occurred, in Nigeria in the last 72 hours. What is your take on that? What is your reaction? All that, it's something that I'm going to be discussing, this evening. And I would like to, first and foremost, on behalf of Starr Radio UK, like to send our condolences to each and everyone that has been affected, by the incident of Monday. and likewise yesterday, and likewise almost everyone that have been affected in the past, with the killings in Nigeria. My name is Olayomi Koiki. My name is Olayomi Koiki, and I'm going to be saying thank you so much, to each and every one of you so far that have joined us. There's a lot in the conversation. There's a lot that we like to discuss. But one thing is, the focus point of Niger Voices is to look into, so many atrocity, so many, cases of injustice in Nigeria. And we've been doing that, since the last almost 5 years and so. Every Monday to Friday, you can always catch up with me on Starr Radio UK, where we look at the latest news, what is happening in Nigeria, and some of the, events unfolding in Nigeria. But on Monday, it went into a different conversation entirely. And what do I mean by that? This particular Wednesday, we saw, how the terrorists, because the Nigerian government tend to use the word, bandits. But I want us to remember that these are not bandits. These are terrorists, terrorizing millions of Nigerians across the country, a country with about 200 million people. But we have, just a little element of the Fulanis that have literally taken control of almost every part of the country as we speak today. Be it, whether you live in the northeast, whether you live in the southeast, wherever you are likely, and I mean likely to be affected, by the terrorist activities. I was reading a report about a tomato factory that have literally have to close down because of the terrorist activities in that particular state, in Kebbi State. And the question then again is, who, as the topic says, is responsible? Who it should be held for the security of Nigerians? Is it Nigerians that needs to be getting security for themselves, as we've seen that so many people have what they called their own security, whether the vigilante, if you have a bit of money, you might have a kind of a mopo, you might have the police, you might have the military guiding you. But the question is, how many people can afford this kind of security in Nigeria of today? That is the conversation, that is the discussion tonight. And I would like you to also tell me, your own take on that. Who should be held responsible for the security of Nigerians? I'm going to be giving you, the instance of what happened yesterday, and also some of the images of people that we know so far that were killed. A young doctor, she was killed from what we were told. She was meant to be traveling out of Nigeria this Friday after she resigned from our workplace. Could she be that she was already a little bit concerned with the security, the injustice, and so many other things, just as so many other Nigerians are also facing as well? These are the questions that I will be asking tonight. These are the things that I would like to know from you, our listeners from around the world, this evening. Once again, who should be held responsible for the security of lives and properties? Now that we know that it seems the government have lost the plot about the invasion of these terrorists that have now become a big problem for not just Nigerians, but also for the international community. Because an average person, an average international community might not be able to, live in Nigeria today because Nigeria has now become a very, very big crime scene. And that is why we are saying to Nigerians, that those that still believe in one Nigeria, because as you all know my take, I don't longer believe in one Nigeria. I believe that it's time that Nigerians decide their fate by allowing us as the indigenous people, to go back to, who we were, before the 1914 fraudulent amalgamation. This is Starr Radio UK. It is your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. It's coming up to 16 minutes past, and we're going to be starting this conversation tonight from one of our, because I still believe that the Hausas, are also our brothers and sisters, but they also have the issues of the Fulani's invasion of their land, which has been taking on for a very long time. But it looks like they are now speaking up. So this evening, we got the first conversation that I would like us to listen to, and then I'm going to come back again. But if I cannot tell my engineer, they're going to be, quickly telling us about what we need to know, regarding. I'm going to be giving you some of those that have been affected, from these invasion. I mean, from the killings that took place, of the Kaduna massacre. So in just about a few minutes, you will be looking at images of those that we know so far. And like I said, we pray for them. I said, good evening. Continue to get your comments in. I'll be reading them tonight. We might open the phone line at some point, maybe during the second segment. I mean, a lot of us travel on the different transportation system across the globe. Will you be concerned if you travel to Nigeria and you are told you need to travel by the air? Because we saw already on Saturday the terrorists almost took away the international airport, the Kaduna International Airport. But we realized that the DSS says they have intelligence about an attack on the football match that went very ugly at Abuja MKO Stadium yesterday between Nigeria and Ghana, and we saw that Nigeria, lost out to Ghana. How come the DSS, the same DSS, were unable to know that there will be a kind of an attack on the train that was taking passenger, to Kaduna from Abuja, and likewise other part as well? So all these is something that I'm going to be reviewing tonight. And like I said, we can only pray for the loss of lives and properties. But most important thing is you can't buy the life back. I mean, when somebody died, that is the end of it. You can only pray, for the souls of those that have died. So the first one I'm going to be getting to you, like I said, it's a very touching story from the audio that I'm going to play now. The international community must now, as quickly as possible, get involved in the crisis that is unfolding, the genocide, the killings of innocent people, the massacre of people, in the northern part of Nigeria, and likewise and likewise as well, those that have been killed as well in the southeast because of the genocide that is taking place there. So let us first and foremost listen to this audio. And the audio is coming in just about a few minutes, and then we're going to listen to that, and then we go straight into the conversation tonight.
I want to address Nigerians and the international community about the current happenings in northern Nigeria. Although it's not only northern Nigeria, it's the entire country, but most particularly northern Nigeria. And I want to address the indigenous Nigerians and the Hausa people, particularly in Nigeria. We need to rise up. We need to open eyes. The Fulanis are moving all villages, killing people, rampaging communities. They have no respect for religion. Fulani man has no respect, whether you are a Muslim or you are a Christian. I myself that is addressing you, I'm a Hausa person. These people have no regard for religion. If you are thinking it's about religion, you better open your eyes. the indigenous people in this country and the Hausa people need to rise up and open their eyes. This is not about religion, it's about ethnic cleansing. The Fulani people want to eliminate the indigenous Nigerians. Now, in my local government, your local government of Kaduna State, it's a local government that is 99% Hausa people by tribe. But as I'm talking to you, over 4 days now, the Fulani militias have killed over 200 persons. And among them include my own relations. They have burnt houses, they have destroyed both Christians and Muslims. So it is high time for particularly the indigenous northern Hausas to unite themselves against this onslaught. If those are in position of authority, if you think this is about religion, then you are still sleeping. This is not about religion. This is about ethnic cleansing. They are trying to eliminate the indigenous, Nigerians, the indigenous northerners, and take over their lands. This is about land grabbing. I'm telling you, in Zambantama community, in your local government, which comprises of over 60 to 70 villages, cluster villages, there have been so far now, over 100 people have been killed, houses burned, their cows, their cattle that they use for, farming, for construction of bridges and all that, they have been scattered away. Some of them have moved towards Zaria. How can you expect a farmer to move into the city to do what? To do what, for God's sake? It is high time for Nigerians to wake up. It is high time for the Hausas to wake up. The Fulanis are blindfolding our eyes, the Hausas. I'm a Hausa person, and I'm talking with passion. The Fulanis have used religion to blindfold us, to think that it is about religion. No, it is not about religion. It is about ethnic cleansing.
Okay, I'm going to pause that for a minute, and I want us to ask our listeners from around the world. I'd like to read some of your comments. Please keep the comment coming. Good evening to you, Terry Omalade. Good evening to you, Justice Oko. Justice says the bandit plus the Baba Bola plus the Boko Haram, the ISWAP equals Nigeria. What did they want if not the Islamic State like the Taliban? Good evening to you, Mrs. Asisat Olaniran. Good evening to you, Adeyemi Afolabi. Good evening to you, Mr. Kunle Shita, Mr. Dayo Ogunleye. Good evening to you, Roya Ade Odua today. I want us to keep the comment coming. The picture you're looking right now, before we go back to that audio, is one of those that were killed. And I believe my engineer, they've also got a last tweet that she tweeted before she was eventually confirmed dead. She added last tweet, and the last tweet is the message behind you. And that tweet, according to what I have here, says, I am in the train. I have been shot. Please pray for me. But there was quite a lot of backlash on a tweet. I'm talking about Chinelo. Chinelo is a doctor, was working in Kaduna. For whatever reason, she was going back to Kaduna. But from what we told, she resigned last month and meant to be flying out of Nigeria, maybe to further a career or whatever. But she tweeted on that particular train. But there were a lot of backlash of attack on her. And one of that says, according to at Ishaka, you are shot and you can tweet. Please help us with the pictures of your gunshot wounds. But seriously speaking, were you traveling to Biafra through Kaduna or what? With a question mark. That is still part of what the young man in this audio, an Hausa man, is saying, that the indigenous people, who are the indigenous people? The Biafrans are the indigenous people, the Yorubas are the indigenous people, and likewise the Hausa, the Yoruba. But the Fulanese is part of the this caliphate that wants to wipe off almost every other indigenous group. So are we now seeing this hatred for the Biafrans, or those that might be known as the Igbo, because of their demand for self-determination? Are we now seeing the hatred for the Yorubas that are saying that we do not want to be part of Nigeria anymore? Are we now seeing the hatred for the same Hausas, like this young man was saying? Let's go back to that audio. This is Star Radio UK. This is Niger Voices, and this is how it goes at exactly 18:25 p.m. We are now at the same time with Nigeria, so I'm going to go back to that same audio while we continue to give you the pictures of those that we know so far that have been killed on that particular Kaduna track. We're going to be playing what the vice president, there was a deep video that came out. The vice president flew to Kaduna, and the question then is, who is responsible for the security of lives of Nigeria? If you're watching us from around the world, Nigeria still remains the capital poverty of the world. And if you're traveling to Nigeria, I will advise you not to travel to the northern part of the country because it's now in control of the terrorists.
Religion. No, it is not about religion. It is about ethnic cleansing. It's high time for the Hausas. Thank God, this broadcast, I believe, is going to be pushed, into the group that comprises of all the house indigenous houses, and with the effort making to unite the houses, to rise up against this onslaught. So I want you to understand this is not about religion. It's not about religion. It's about ethnic cleansing. The same thing that is happening in southern Kaduna, where the indigenous southern Kaduna are being eliminated by the Fulanis. The same thing is also happening in northern Kaduna, where there are pioneer houses. So it's not about religion. If you have that people are being butchered in southern Kaduna, houses, communities, guns, and you are happy and you think it's about Christians, now you better open your eyes. It's not about Christians. I'm a Hausa person. Our Giwa local government, which is in northern Kaduna, and many parts of, Katsina, Zamfara many people have been eliminated. Now I want you to know right now, as I'm talking to you, only in my own community and Kaya, there are villages, over 100 villages in that axis. It belongs to the western part of Giwa local government. Of course, just to mention, about a few months ago, the house of the person representing us at the state level now, the State House of Assembly, was killed by the bandits. So, and this man too is a Hausa person, is a Muslim, so it's not about religion. I want you to understand that this thing is not about religion. It's about ethnic cleansing. Right now, as I'm talking right now, this evening, they have started operation from about 5 p.m. up to this time that I'm talking to you right now. The Fulani militias are still there operating, killing people, burning houses, raping our women, kidnapping those that they can kidnap. Giwa alone can feed the entire Nigeria. Now, Giwa market, for instance, Giwa grain market is one of the largest, grain market in Nigeria. So if the inhabitants of Giwa local government are chased away by the bandits, now that will have multiplier effect. That will have negative consequences, not just on the livelihood of the people, the inhabitants of Giwa local government, but the entire economy of Kaduna State and the entire economy of Nigeria. Farmers are living, are running. Farmers are coming to the city. What will they come to the city and do? What will they eat? So it's hard time for those in authority. Now, if you are hearing me and you are in authority, you have a say.
Let me pause that again. Once again, you're just watching a live broadcast. This is Starr Radio UK. You can watch us every Wednesday between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. where we discuss the issues affecting Nigerians and those that believe that it is time now that the name Nigeria should be taken down and everyone should go back to who they are as indigenous people. And this is exactly what this voice note is all about. This voice note came out from the northern part of the country from an Hausa concerned person that is now telling us the same thing that the Yoruba, the Igbo, or the Biafrans and the Middle Belt have been saying for a very long time, that the ethnic cleansing that is taking place in Nigeria is done by a particular tribe. They are not up to 1%. They are trying to kill people. They are trying to take the land. But the international community, the G20, the G7, the United Nations, the African Union, everybody seems to be very quiet about it. The other picture you're looking right now is this picture of somebody that is also missing on that particular train, and we hope that she will be found. According to the information on Twitter at Dionozere, she's a 300 level student of Kaduna State University, was one of the passengers that were attacked on the Kaduna Abuja train. She has not yet been found, no information at all. Please, we need help. When we need help, good evening to you, my very beautiful auntie, Gbemileke. I missed your call. I'm going to be speaking to you after the broadcast. I welcome each and every one of you. Good evening to you all the way from New York City. Good evening to you, Prince Oniyade. No authority in Nigeria place take Nigeria down now. So the question tonight is, who is responsible? Who should we be holding responsible for the lives of Nigerians, whether they want Nigeria to divide or not? According to Amechi, and my engineer are working very hard tonight to make sure that we can have as many of the images of what happened to in Abuja. We also saw that the match that took place yesterday was a very ugly one. And if you look at the headline, Kaduna train attack, I warn that lives will be lost, says Amechi. Amechi is saying that, I have warned you that life will be lost. We were meant to have some of the security equipment to save the lives of the people, so that, our sister like this that was killed, the Nigerian Bar Association lost 3 of their staff, the TUC, almost everybody was affected in that particular train. And the question tonight is, who should we hold accountable? Who should we be having the responsibility? Is it the president that have spent millions of dollars, billions of dollars, trillions of naira, in terms of the architect of Nigeria? Should we be saying that the state governor is not doing enough? Let's complete that particular audio. It's coming up to 18:22 p.m. local time here in London on a very beautiful Wednesday again, where we continue to discuss the issue affecting Nigerians and the Nigerians that are saying it is time now to tell us the truth of how we became a Nigeria in 1914, and all that will be discussed as Ilana Modua has now given us the first date, according to their press release by Maxwell, all the way in Nigeria, where they've been giving us updates about the court case regarding the 1999 Constitution, because without a valid Constitution, an election will not be allowed to hold in Osun State and Ekiti State. What a very interesting time to be alive in Nigeria and to witness what is about to go down in that country.
You have a say, and you will keep quiet because you don't want to. You will eventually die. You will eventually die.
Okay, I love that part. I mean, I've listened to this audio, and you could tell that the anger, that the frustration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that was kidnapped and rendition from Kenya, this was his anger. This was what he's been saying, that if you do not let Nigeria go, Nigeria is going to consume every single one of the Nigerians. And today, we've seen the loss of lives. Amechi says, and I quote, I warned people about the train network. I told them that we needed more security, but it was never approved. Who did not approve it? Is it the Senate that are making huge amount of money and sitting and making themselves fat while millions of Nigerians are being killed? Is it the president who actually did not allow Amechi to acquire the necessary security apparatus to have saved the lives of millions of people that are traveling through that rail network? All we can say is, we pray for those that have died. We pray for those that are still missing, like this very beautiful young sister of ours. She's a 300 level student from Kaduna State University. She was among those. She never made it out. She tweeted, but people were laughing at that tweet. People were literally making a jest. She was even asked, what is a Biafra doing on the Kaduna train? You shouldn't be on that train. Do we now say that Nigerians, we are not one? Where is the unity? Where is the love? There's never been love since 1960. Is it not time to say enough is enough? Allow the indigenous people to take back what belongs to them and work out the security architect to save lives and property. Let's go back to what this young man from the northern part that is crying for help, and the job here on Star Radio UK is to listen to your help and your cry and let the international community, Great Britain, America, Germany, France, and the world power to come to the aid of the indigenous people of the Hausa, the indigenous people of the Biafra or the Igbo, the indigenous people of the Middle Belt, the indigenous people of the Yoruba, and make a kind of communication as quickly as possible to allow everybody to stay on their own, so that the Fulani Caliphate will not wipe everybody off from Nigeria.
You will eventually die, whether you like it, whether you like it or not. the governorship aspirant, from Katsina that was killed by the bandits some couple of months ago on his way from, Katsina to Abuja, to Abuja on the Kaduna-Abuja road. Did he know that he was going to be killed? So if you think you are in position and you don't want to talk so that you will not be killed, you will still be killed. We that have chosen to come out and talk, we will still be alive. I know there is no devil in heaven and on earth that can eliminate my life. So if you will come out and talk and get what is supposed to be done, to be done, it's better for you to rise up and talk. I've spoken to many military, those in the military sector that complain to me of, a lot of logistic issues, which is...
Again, he said, and I quote, I've spoken to a lot of military and they're complaining about logistic. I saw yesterday, we will not be able to show you the video, but yesterday I saw, some of our armed forces that were killed by the same terrorists, and you could tell it's because they are not given the right equipment. The question tonight on Niger Voices on Star Radio UK is, who should be held responsible for the lives of security, for the lives of the people? Good evening to you all the way from Idiroko. Prince Oniyade Smith says, my state is far older than Nigeria. How can a son or daughter be old enough to give birth to a father? Please, most government officials and politicians are fake and robbers. They know the truth. Ola Graphic says, well done. I say good evening to you once again. As you're joining us, it is Niger Voices as we continue to play the final part of that audio that was sent to us from the northern part of the country, complaining just the same way Mazin Amdekano was complaining, just the same way Professor Banji Akintoye has been complaining, just the same way, almost everyone has been complaining about the atrocity, the carnage. I saw the video of our young brother that his both hands were completely cut off. I will see if I can get that image on by the technical team that are working behind the scene. But for now, let's go back to this particular audio.
Sector that complains to me of a lot of logistic issues which is affecting their operations. All this is not worth it, and I want to assure you that this is a conspiracy. This is a serious conspiracy. Why? Because on the 24th of March, which is on Thursday, that the kidnappers started this operation, the network of the entire axis of the western part of Giwa, that is on the Mayo, ceased. So they couldn't even call for help at the right time because the network has ceased. So what does that mean? That means it's a conspiracy. Purging the head of kidnappers, who is resident in Zamfara, has came out on the social media, has claimed responsibility for hundreds of lives, that have been killed, and yet nothing has been done to him. Which kind of governless country are we in? Life in Nigeria, in northern Nigeria particularly, most especially in Giwa local government, is becoming poor, brutal, nasty and short. Life is becoming uncertain. Which kind of situation is this? I am calling on, if you think where you are is saved and therefore you will keep quiet, I'm telling you a time will come, even those in the city will not be spared. For some months ago, Zaria, which is a city, the second largest city in Kaduna State after the main, Kaduna city, has experienced a lot of, kidnappers attempts and all that. So don't say you are in the city and you will keep quiet. And even if you think you are saved, what about your relations? What about your relations that are in the villages? So let's come out and talk against this evil, and not just talk, but act against this evil. Those that have access to President Buhari should speak to him. Those that have access to, speak to him. Those that have access to other state governors, those that have access to head of various...
Again, who should we hold accountable? According to some of the headline coming out of Nigeria, which is just in front of you there from the background. Again, 9 people killed, dozens are missing. Survivors are recounting their ordeal. Outrage as the medical doctor, the NBTE director, others killed, ex-Zamfara deputy governor, others injured. Nigeria mourns. Tinubu cancels the colloquium. Damage worth over 3 billion. Amechi. Who should we be holding accountable? And the question then is, how was the DSS able to know that there will be a bomb attack at the MK Abiola Stadium yesterday, but they were unable to tell Nigerians that there will be a train attack and people should not go on it. Let's come back to the conversation. Olufemi says, God help those who help themselves. Break up Nigeria to save lives. Good evening to you, Kamoluddin, and those of you that are watching us from all the different platforms across the globe. I'm asking the question again. Who should we hold accountable? Who is responsible for the lives of millions of people? Is Nigeria going to survive this? Do you think that Nigeria is going to survive this? What has El Rufai done to protect the southern Kaduna? Let's just listen to the final bit, because this particular person said something of things that I want you to listen to yourself.
Speak to me. Those that have access to other state governors, those that have access to head of various security apparatus in Nigeria, they should speak. These bandits are human beings. They are not spirits. They are human beings like you and I. If there is effort, they can be stopped. They can be stopped. Nigerian military is more than equipped to face them and destroy and annihilate them. These people, they are not they are not civil spirits. They are people that are known. Where they are located is known. So why not Nigerian security reinforce both the land army, and the air force should reinforce and face them and clear them. If we refuse to act, this evil will consume every one of us.
Again, if we all refuse to act, this evil will consume every single one of us. Once again, a very good evening to each and every one of you. Hussaini Sharifa, the leaders know what is going on. Samuel Desmond say, Awusa, Awusa will never have brain. They are bird of the same feathers. Akim says, good morning. I say good evening to you as well. Mr. Michael, aware, I could see all your comments. Keep it coming and let us find out from you who should be responsible for the security and the welfare of millions of Nigerians. As we know today, Nigeria is bleeding.
This evil will consume every one of us. So I want to call particularly on the Hausas, the indigenous Hausas, to rise up. I know that Fulanis have deceived the Hausas. They have taken over the northern Nigeria, even though they consider the minority in terms of population, but in terms of the politics of northern Nigeria is Fulanis. In terms of the traditional leadership of northern Nigeria is Fulanis. In terms of every position, every authority, Fulanis have occupied. So it's becoming difficult for the government to address this, because those that should address it, they are the ones. They are the ones, they feel that it is their brethren, it is their kinsmen. Buhari is a Fulani, Governor Kaduna State LFI is Fulani.
Okay, that is a quite interesting one. I mean, this northern Hausa man is saying, the president is a Fulani, the governor of Kaduna is a Fulani. Do we put this into consideration that the president is not saying so much because these are his kinsmen? That El Rufai is not doing so much because these are his kinsmen? I don't know. I want to know from you. Let us know. This is Niger Voices on Star Radio UK, and my first track is just coming up in just about a few minutes.
The northern governors are Fulanis, so that has made this evil to continue. Therefore, I want to call on the indigenous people of Nigeria, the indigenous Hausas in northern Nigeria and other minority tribes to rise up against this evil. If we refuse to rise up, and I also know that there are some Fulanis that are well-meaning Fulanis who are also not happy with this thing, who are also not supporting this evil. I also want you to call, expose them. If we collectively put our effort together, if we collectively
and that takes us to that takes us to the next.
Kültürleriyle harmanlayan tasarımcılar için ve dünyaya
Are we under pressure? My name is Olayomi Koiki. This is Niger Voices. 18:45 p.m. Who should be held responsible for the security of lives and property? As we continue to say, Nigeria is really at the verge of breakup.
I often
compelled to sing to this reggae after seeing all was gone in Africa.
This is Starr Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. If you're sending money on to your loved ones, remember to use SendWaves. And remember, we're going to be discussing everything about the Ominira Yoruba 2022.org. There's nothing wrong with the website. I'm going to be telling you what happened, why Facebook is not allowing that link to be posted on their timeline again. Somebody says that everybody will eat their breakfast. Nigeria is down. I extend our greetings to those of you at United Arab Emirates. The information coming out from there says they are not renewing a lot of Nigerian visas, and that means more Nigerians are now sleeping on the side road.
One more time, please.
We pray for all those that are killed on that particular track, and so many people like that. You remember her? I'm sure you do. She was killed last year by the Lagos state government when they were shooting sporadically like terrorists during the peaceful campaign of the Yoruba at the July 3rd after the invasion of Chief Sunday Igboho's house in Lagos. She was killed. Her name is Jumoke Oyeleke. Mary, she was also killed. Her name is Bamishe. She was just going home on a public transport known as BRT in Lagos until she was used for ritual. What is going on in Nigeria? Let us pray for those that have been killed and those that are still being killed. Mrs. Pastor Moji Adesanya say, it is always saddening my heart seeing the way all the religious leaders have been keeping mute for years while Boko Haram working for the Fulani people. Buhari, El Rufai were killing the southern Kaduna people. The southern Kaduna and the Middle Belt are going through a lot, and we must remember them in our prayers. She was killed by the same DSS that is meant to provide security for her. Her name is Chineye. We pray for her, just as so many Biafrans that have been massacred. I was watching a video yesterday where the military were literally burning down houses in the southeast of Nigeria. What is going on in Nigeria? Why is the international community, with all the killings that took place in Kaduna, none of the international news, the BBC, the Al Jazeera, the CNN, they are not concerned. Their focus is in Ukraine. Is it not a crime to be a Nigerian as a Igbo, where this particular person was saying, you were shot? What is a Biafra doing on a Kaduna train with a question mark? Do we now know and say that we are no longer one, and it is time now to allow a peaceful exit of all the indigenous people in Nigeria?
Under pressure we will, under pressure black people, under pressure Nigerians, under pressure.
Is Nigeria under pressure? Amechi says, and I quote, Kaduna train attack. I warned that lives will be lost, and life was literally lost.
Under pressure, no voodoo, be rebellion. no money.
According to Kolawole Kamarudin, I have full of 5 Nigerians stranded in UAE with overstay, no way to exit. Wallahi, unless they pay fine, no resident permit. If you are overstaying in United Arab Emirates, you're not leaving the country until you pay all the fine. And for some people that do not have the job, for those that have been stranded for 7 months, 1 year, their permit was never renewed. Are we all suffering? And why should we continue to suffer when 3.26 billion US dollars of crude oil was missing in Nigeria? Nigeria still remains the capital poverty of the world. Nigeria remains the number 3 when it comes to the global terrorism index. Amechi says, I warned that life will be lost, and life was literally lost on the train attack, both on Tuesday and Monday.
In our pocket, no bed, below we ate. The people, they must suffer.
I'd like to extend my greetings to each and everyone, and especially my loved ones, my family that are working tirelessly to support us as well behind the scene. I say thank you so much for those of you on listening on Instagram and those of you that are watching us from around the globe. It's been about 24 hours where a prayer section has been going on, and then we'll be joining them back at exactly 8 p.m. later tonight as we continue to monitor that. Also in Israel, 5 people were gunned down. 5 people were gunned down yesterday in Israel, in Tel Aviv. What is going on around the globe? What is actually happening? Why is there no peace in the world today?
In our city, everywhere that we go, we see them. Some are crying, some are dying, some are weeping, some are wailing. Everywhere that we go, under pressure we wait.
He was dead. They buried him without a head. He was literally killed in Ibadan by those working for Seyi Makinde, the governor of Oyo State.
Under pressure, everybody, under pressure, black and white, under pressure.
We saw this image about almost a month ago now when the Chief of Defense Staff visited Great Britain. What was the conversation? Was it about the security of Nigerians? Was it for something we don't know? The late Dr. Malafia said something. I'm going to be playing that in just about a few minutes. But for now, it is all about under pressure.
Under pressure, Europeans, under pressure. Can't get no food to go to belly. Philippine, you two no have no mother. Philippine, you two no have no father. Philippine, you two no have no brother. Philippine, you two no have no sister. I'm a king, one of me just shout it to you. Just a this, I want me to go shout it all day. Hey. Under pressure, we will, under pressure. Under pressure, Europeans, under pressure. Under pressure, Africans, under pressure. Under pressure, Nigerians, under pressure.
If you're watching us from any part of Africa, is Africa really under pressure? Or is it just that, maybe things are not done properly, and that is why Africa is under pressure? This is Starr Radio UK. It is the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. At exactly 7 o'clock, I'll be telling you a little bit more about the petition and why Facebook has refused to allow that link to be sent into their timeline. Once again, we pray for everyone that has been affected in the situation that we saw playing out in Kaduna on Monday, and so much concern of people that are now saying enough is enough, and that means that takes us to the communication that went on between the Kaduna State Governor when he visited the hospital, the military hospital where most people have been taken. This is the conversation that took place while he was there. Once again, I would like to say thank you very much to those that are watching and those that are with us as we continue to ask the question, who is responsible? Let's hear.
Kaduna State. The governor was accompanied by the heads of security agencies stationed in the state. Amongst those injured is the former Deputy Governor of Zamfara State, Ibrahim Wakala, who is also receiving treatment in one of the hospitals the governor visited. It's not yet clear how many persons were injured, but the attacked train had the capacity to convey more than 900 passengers. At least 7 people were feared dead and many are believed to have been abducted by the terrorists who attacked the train. The incident occurred on Monday night at the Jutse village in Chikum local government area. The bandits were said to have opened fire, shooting sporadically at the train, and later gained access to the train.
Well, that is part of the conversation that has been coming out. A lot of people are asking the question. I guess we also have the audio from the Vice President.
It's been a traumatic week for the people of Kaduna State. From the attack on a village that led to the death of more than 50 people, to that of the airport, which left 2 persons dead, and then the attack on passengers traveling from the nation's capital, Abuja, to Kaduna by rail. This brings the Vice President to Kaduna State in company of the Governor. They visit the 44 Army Reference Hospital.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thereafter, they proceed to the St. Gerard's Catholic Hospital in the Kakuri area of Kaduna metropolis. Several families have been thrown into mourning with the loss of 8 travelers from Monday's attack, while others have sustained various degrees of injuries. Some of them narrate their ordeal.
We just had the sound of like a gunshot or anything. We can't grant judge what is that. So the train started shaking. After like some minutes, the train just fall down by side. So after that, we started hearing the sound of a gunshot. So they just break the door of the train through the VIP side. They just came in, carry some people, many people, they shoot many people, they carry many people, take them inside the bush. Before the gunshot, it was like a bomb, but we couldn't understand what was it. So all of a sudden we started hearing guns. And I was shot on my legs, and after that I don't know what's happened again, but we just lie down on the floor and we saw those guys busy abducting some of the passengers.
After the visit, the Vice President addressed journalists, during which he expressed the President's condolences to those who lost loved ones, promising that government will do whatever it takes to stop a repeat of the tragic incident.
Well, first of all, to extend the condolence of Mr. President and the government to families of those who lost their lives in this terrible tragedy, and of course the families of those who are injured, and all of the victims of this very unfortunate and tragic incident. We remain resolute in our commitment to ensuring that these sorts of things are prevented. And
well, are they going to prevent it from happening again? Are we going to see the end of the terrorist attack on millions of Nigerians? What is your take on that? Let us hear from you. Let us read from you. Good evening to you, Adeniyi Adejubril. Good evening to you. Omotoke Miriam says, the petition was wiped off on all the groups I posted. Okay, I'm not sure why people are wiping it off. Good evening to you, Bridget Agboma. Good evening to you, Api Rashid. Moji Adesonya Pastor. Meja, imagine Buhari telling the whole nation that he has forgiven terrorist Boko Haram and was enlisting them in the army, yet there was no outrage. Me, I don't understand. So, what happened to those that have been kidnapped? It's not the first time that we are seeing, the terrorist attack. Let me just show you. Our engineer is going to put that on again. We got this from, I think about some few weeks back, when the terrorists were literally having the power and the guts. The video you're looking at that is playing behind you are part of the terrorist network in Nigeria. And this terrorist network have been operating in Nigeria. And the question you ask then is, who and how were they able to operate, with impunity in Nigeria? Good evening to you, Alhaji Idris. Good evening to you, Samuel Shobawale says, hold Buhari responsible. The lawmakers should act now. Let us face the fact, or let every region go its own way. The marriage is over. I grew up in the north since the 1960s. Because of what I saw, I hate anything northern region. Thank God I refuse to join the military. All my classmates who joined are dead now. Wow. That is coming from our uncle, our father, Mr. Samuel Shobawale, that is giving us a background to, how he lived in the northern Nigeria. SK Ogundare says, what is happening currently, auto movement? In fact, we don't have to do anything, rather fold our hands and wait for the terrorists to finish this Mumu Niger, so that those sleeping can realize that Kaduna kidnapping can happen in the zoo. Yeah, it can actually happen anywhere. Please, I will be happy to talk about this. Okay, I'll open the phone line slightly, and let's hear from some of you. Samuel Desmond says, Awusa will never have brain. Okay. Oseni Sharif Aki says, the leader know what is going on. We're going to put the phone line out in just about a few minutes. So let me put the number that you call and let us get your view, because it is important that we get a view. Whether you believe in the breakup of Nigeria or not is not the issue here. We're discussing the whole security of Nigerians, and why some might say maybe now is better to have a nation of their own than continue to be in a country where lives does not matter. So the number to call, if you want to get your pen and paper, please do not call any other number apart from this number, and that way I will know that those that are calling this number are part of those that wants to contribute. If you call the second number, we're not going to pick it up. This is the number +44 74 04 40 59 17. So again, +44 74 04 40 59 17, and it's a WhatsApp only. That is the number to call the studio line this evening. Let us hear from you. For those of you that probably have one or two things to say, especially your concern. Do you have family? Have you spoken to any of your family members? Do you have a friend that was stuck on the train and eventually has been rescued? Or do you have one that has literally lost his life or her life, or has been kidnapped? Has there been any communication with the terrorists within those that you know demanding the ransom? Let us hear from you, and let us get your view as well. Once again, this is Star Radio UK. Again, the video that is being played behind the terrorist activities in Nigeria as we speak right now. So I'm going to be discussing about the petition now a little bit while we wait and see. Maybe we might get one or two people that wants to add their voice as well. We appreciate every one of you. Good evening to you, Michael Bello. Good evening to you, Roya Ade, and the rest of you that are watching on the YouTube, on Star Radio UK, and all our other platforms that we are streaming. So the number is out there. It is +44 74 04 40 59 17. It is a WhatsApp only. If you want to add your voice, one or two, to the conversation, that is the number you need to call. Please do not call any other number apart from that number that we have given out to the public as well. So let's come back to the conversation. Now, if you're watching us from any part of the globe, you can also add your voice. Are you a friend of Nigerians and you saw what happened at the football match yesterday? These images are part of the process where Nigerians do not understand that in any game, people win and people lose. We saw the damage that took place at the stadium of the MK Abiola, and likewise, the death of one of the representative of CAF. A doctor actually died as well. So again, we will continue to ask the question to millions of Nigerians: who should we hold responsible for the death of millions of Nigerians that are passing through a very difficult time? And should we continue with Nigeria? That is the question that also a lot of people are asking as well. Now, let's talk about the petition. I'm sure a lot of you have been getting information each time you try to post the Ominira Yoruba 2022.org link on Facebook. There will be a message coming back saying that this petition, or this link rather, is not allowed due to community standard because of spam. So what that literally means is Facebook has not allowed the link to be shared on Facebook. Does not mean that the website is not working. Does not mean that there's a problem with you trying to post it on Facebook. Facebook is just a platform. Facebook is not owned by the Yoruba people. Facebook is not owned by anybody apart from the real owner, and they decide what can be posted and what cannot be posted. This does not mean that anybody has reported anybody. This does not mean that people has reported you into Facebook, and that is why you cannot post it on your timeline. I've got the same message when I wanted to post it on Facebook. It has come back to say you cannot post this on Facebook because it is no longer allowed. So what that literally means is it's just what it is. You can't post it. Does not mean the link is not working. The link www.ominirayoruba2022.org is still in full operation, is still fully working. There's nothing wrong with it. Let us continue to get people to vote. To go there and sign the petition. Thank you very much, Otumba Jackson Ben Zigari. Thank you so much for that message. Sikiru Alanik, thank you so much. Like I said, if you want to add your 2 coin to the conversation, the number to call is +44 74 04 405917, and that will bring you straight into the studio. I would like again to appreciate my producer Frank and Archie that are working tirelessly behind the scene, and the rest of the team as well. Once again, this is Star Radio UK. It is the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London, as we continue to focus on the current situation of what is happening in Nigeria, and why a lot of Nigerians are now saying we are the indigenous people and we don't want to be part of Nigeria, and we must bring Nigeria to an end. So let me explain again the website. There's nothing wrong with the website. Facebook is not the platform to take you to the website. If you're looking for the website, you need to go to a browser, be it a Google browser, Safari, or the Microsoft Edge. So you cannot just say, because I can't post on Facebook means that the website is not working. That is going to be a wrong conversation to put out there. So if you're one of those that is saying that, this website, Koshisha, the website, because I posted on Facebook, you are literally also giving out the wrong information to anybody that is out there. The website is not having any hiccup. It's not having any problem. It is only that, well, again, the reason why we don't speak Yoruba, because this is not, Koiki Media. This is Star Radio UK. So don't expect to speak Yoruba on this platform. But we do allow people, when they call in, maybe they want to speak Yoruba. So maybe you are just first time out watching this program. This is Star Radio UK. This program has been going on before we started the Yoruba Nation movement for the last 5 years. And you need to understand that. So Yoruba is not something that we speak here frequently, because we have different listeners and audience from around the globe. And that is why we speak in English. Does not mean I don't know how to speak Yoruba. So for that person that is asking the question, Alhaji Idris says, why am I not speaking Yoruba tonight? Like I said, maybe you are just joining us for the first time on Star Radio UK. Star Radio UK is something that I've been with them for the last 5 years, discussing issues affecting Nigerians. We brought in different people during the 2019 election. Showore was in the studio, and that is why we speak English, so that we can communicate with the wider audience. And if we are doing our own program on our own platform, yes, we will speak Yoruba to get the message out. But let's definitely, when people call in, if they want to speak Yoruba, they are more than welcome to do so. Maybe that's the reason why nobody's calling. People are scared. If you want to speak Yoruba, you can speak Yoruba. I will translate it to our listeners that are listening to us from around the globe. So that is about it. Thank you very much. Okay, your very first time. Yeah, every Wednesday at 6 p.m. for the last 5 years, you will join me on this particular station where we are communicating through another transmission entirely. So every Wednesday, I'm here every Wednesday, where we discuss issues affecting Nigerians. And the time now is because Yoruba Nation came in between as well. and the studio, because this is the beauty about freedom of speech. I mean, that is my view, not literally the view of the Star Radio UK. I believe in the total disintegration of Nigeria. I don't want Nigeria to exist anymore. I want everybody to stand on their own. But that is not the view of Star Radio UK for those that are listening to us around the globe. So every Wednesday, Niger Voices. And between Monday to Friday at 11 o'clock, exactly 11 o'clock, you will find me again talking about Nigeria news with the team in the morning during the morning show as well. So thank you so much. So now let me go back again to explain. I'm going to explain it in English and I'm going to explain it again in Yoruba for the benefit of those that probably would like to get the message properly. So ẹ̀yin and sorry, Facebook láti post the link in Yoruba Nation link, which is the WW. I guess we have a caller, so I'm going to have to take that call. And then I say, hello, good evening.
No.
Hello, good evening, caller.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
I know it's afternoon from the other side of the globe. That's the beauty of the world that we are living in. Where are you calling us from? And you're welcome to Star Radio UK on Niger Voices this evening.
Yeah, so I want to start first of all by thanking you very well for your program.
Thank you.
You are doing a wonderful job.
Thank you so much.
God will continue to bless you.
Amen.
Inspire you in everything that you are doing. And please, we need you to be more loud. Right?
Okay.
Whatever message you are trying to send to the world, we are all listening.
Okay.
Everybody's listening.
Okay.
We no longer want to be part of Nigeria.
Okay.
This by forced marriage is over.
Okay.
All this trick that they are playing, trying to trick our people. Look at what is happening in our eastern zone with the IPO.
Yes.
They have bought most of the leaders. They have given them money, and they come out on social media and be talking trash. So, my point I'm trying to make is that, please, for those of you who are standing by the side of the truth, do not be misled, please.
Okay.
No matter how much they come to you,
okay,
they try to push you, they try to change the topic.
Okay.
Please always stand by the truth.
Okay.
Because the whole world is watching.
Thank you so much.
Everybody's listening.
Thank you very much.
And we believe with God on our side, we are going to conquer this test together.
Thank you so much.
Yoruba, Igbo, and every ethnic group that make up Nigeria, we are all one.
Yeah.
And it's right time for us to stand up. Stand up against injustices. Stand up against all these criminals in powers. And try to achieve one common thing. The referendum is the key. Once we got the referendum, everybody have the power to decide where he or she want to belong. These people are forcing us. They are forcing us to be together. Again. And look at what is going on right now, recently and currently in Nigeria. There is no doubt that they are about to unleash war on indigenous populations. And we did not stand up to all these things. And if we do not stand up right now and fight for our rights, and if we do not stand up right now and voice out for the world to listen to us, this river is going to swallow all of us. This fire is going to consume all of us. This is the time for us, the Oduduwas, the Middle Belt, the Biafrans, every nationality, every ethnic group that make up Nigeria. This is the time for us to stand up. Stand up for what we believe. This by forced marriage has to end. Because if it doesn't end, believe me, all of us are all going to die. I'm not telling you.
If I just come in there, you're quite right, because I remember
very, very obvious that war is about to be unleashed on everybody, and it's coming so fast, and it's happening before our eyes, and nobody's talking. All our political leaders that are there, none of them have come out to condemn what is happening in Nigeria, because these people are not working in the favor of the masses. They are working for this particular group of people in Abuja, in Astorok, because they are the one that placed them there. So the reason why I'm sending this message, the reason why I'm here calling you to thank you for the good work you are doing, and I'm using this opportunity to plead to you directly. So please, never you allow yourself to be compromised. Please, everybody is watching. The whole world is listening. Never let yourself to be compromised, because these people are not going to rest. They have tried their possible best to make sure that every self-determination freedom fighter in Nigeria will be brought over. But please, we believe that God, this battle, we are going to win this battle. We have already won.
All right. Thank you.
Keep on saying the truth. Keep on sending the message to the world, so that they will know what is happening in Nigeria. Because most of them don't even know. But I believe with our voice together, we are going to send this signal, and they will know and come and do the right thing. Right. Because it is the most that we have to go our separate ways.
Yes.
For peace to be in Nigeria, for freedom to come, for everybody to achieve what he or she is praying for, we have to go back to our roots. We have to go back to our foundation. Everybody has to go back from where they are coming from. So that is the only way that we can be free from this construction.
Okay. Thank you so much.
So, my brother, I thank you very much.
Thank you very much
for everything that you have been doing. I've been following you on your page.
Thank you.
And I've been sharing your broadcast every time you made a post.
Thank you so much.
I see that you stand in the path of truth.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the call.
So continue to watch, sending the message. Continue doing what you're doing. We are going to continue to pray for you, and we hope that God is going to set everybody free.
Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Well, you can also add your call into the conversation. The number is +44 74 04 405917. And it's quite right. An injustice to one is injustice to all. Let me always say this for the benefit of those. If you look at that, self-determination is not a crime. According to the Article 3, the indigenous people. If you listen to the first audio that we played, we might play that audio before the end of the broadcast, where the indigenous Hausa is now complaining that the Fulani is literally creating ethnic cleansing. And this is exactly what is happening in the Yoruba land, the southwest of Nigeria today. It is the same thing that is happening in the middle belt, and likewise the southeast of Nigeria, where the indigenous people are no longer in control of what belongs to them. The young man from the north says it categorically that the president is a Fulani man. He hasn't denied it, but he's not doing enough to stop his kinsmen from making inner way to Nigeria. Because literally we have a porous border, and that means the border has been left open. People are coming through the border. We cannot identify who is who, and that means they're creating more havoc. So if you look at the definition of self-determination, Article 3, indigenous peoples have the right to self-determination. By the virtue of that right, they freely determine their political status. We don't want to be part of Nigeria. It shouldn't be a crime. We must allow the indigenous people to decide their fate. So I'm going to come back to that again, as we're just about 20 minutes past 7 p.m. At exactly 8 p.m., the program will be coming to an end. I would like to appreciate those of you that are listening to us on the MixLR, because we consume quite a lot of the MixLR for the Yoruba Nation prayer 24 hours that have been going on. The MixLR was delayed an hour, but I can now confirm that we are now live on the MixLR, where people are already listening as well. So every Wednesday you will join me. I continue to read some of your comments. Omotoke says, of course, the petition is working, but it is not allowed to be shared on Facebook. It says the post goes against their community, which is exactly what I was discussing before the caller came through. Good evening to you, Cole. Good evening to you, Rotin Bello. Good evening to you, AY Texas. Good evening to you, Adelaja. Keep the comment coming, and we keep reading them out for those that are watching us tonight. This is still Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. Good evening to you, Busari Kaze, and those that are listening to us on all the platforms tonight. My question is, who should be held responsible for for the security of Nigeria. So I'm going to go back slightly one more time to the petition, because that has generated a lot of conversation in the last almost few days now. I noticed it just only yesterday, but I believe that this has been happening maybe just about few days before I noticed it myself. So what I did was, when I posted on the Facebook, they were giving me a message that it was going against their community standard. Again, we don't know whether the Nigerian government, petitioned Facebook not to allow that to happen, but we shouldn't be concerned about that. I guess we have a new caller from London here, and let's go straight to our caller as we continue to discuss the issue of insecurity in Nigeria. Good evening, caller, and welcome to Nigeria Voices again this evening.
Good evening, my brother Koiki. How are you?
We can hear you loud and clear, and I'm very good this evening. Welcome to the program, ma.
Okay, that's good. It's so sad to be hearing all this from Nigeria. Very, very sad. But it has been...
We can hear you. Go ahead. We can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. It has been a very long time, but people behave as if it was normal. The Kaduna riot has been for a very long time. I could remember as far back as 80s or late 70s, believing that it was a religious riot. But unfortunately, it wasn't. It was Fulani terrorizing them. And the Hausa, they allowed the Fulani for a very long time. With the minority Fulani terrorizing the whole population of Hausa is very sad. And now during the regime of this Buhari, terrorists, they are all over the place. And unfortunately, all our politicians, they muted, they believe, it's normal, or the individual can carry on like this because of their own selfish interest. Then the country will never hold together anymore. It's going to fall apart. It has started falling apart because people can't be going through this day by day. It's too much. So we need to stand our stand. And I'm now using this medium to call on the Hausa. They shouldn't fold their hands and look at the Fulani. They need to fight back. They need to stand their ground that enough is enough. And to all other indigenous ethnics, that this is the time to break Nigeria. Every individual with their own tent, Israel. Enough is enough. Every Nigeria should break, and individuals should go their way. Because Fulani cannot dominate every part of Nigeria. They are minorities. As you are speaking now, the terrorists are still flowing in through the northern part of Nigeria. Nothing has been done. We are all shouting, insecurity, insecurity. Nothing has been done. And these people, they are penetrating every day inside Nigeria to attack people, killing, taking over people's land. So it's time. It's time. We need to fight back. We need to take our land. We need to stand our ground that enough is enough.
If I may ask you,
I believe it's going to be so.
I hope you can hear me.
Very soon.
I hope you can hear me before you go. Who is responsible?
So that's my own.
Who is responsible for the the security of lives of Nigerians today? Who is it? The governor, the president, the Senate? Who is actually responsible? I'd like you to answer that before I let you go.
It's the government. I live in UK. The government responsible for the security of individuals in this country. So it's the government responsibility. Then the government of Nigeria has never, under Buhari regime, to take any responsibility. They are just looting. The politicians, whoever is in government, they are all thieves. Just stealing the money. That's what they're interested in. They don't care about individuals' life.
All right. Thank you so much.
It's so sad. Very, very, very sad.
All right. Thank you so much. Our caller.
For how long are we going to keep on living like this in Nigeria? For how long?
Well, for how long? Let's see what somebody else said. Thank you so much, the caller. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And we continue to appreciate each and every one of you. Good evening to you, Mrs. Grace Adebi. I think I've responded to your message. You can also check. Good evening to you, Adela Jadeyinka. Says Ominira Yoruba, no going back. Why can the alien be allowed with weapons? The video you're watching there, for those of you that are not Nigerians, these are part of the terrorists that blew up the train track. If you want to call, I still have about half an hour before the end of tonight's program, but you need to be calling this number plus 44 74 04 40 5917. That is the studio line. Please do not call the other number that you know. Good evening to you. Dr. Benjamin says Hausas are cowards. Well, I'm not sure whether they're cowards because they are now speaking out. Because the audio that we played at the beginning of this broadcast, I'm going to retrain that audio again. And also, he says the North literally has no regard and respect for other tribes. Who did they consult before adding a country as diverse as Nigeria into OIC? Organization of Islamic Countries. We also know that most part of the northern Nigeria want to speak in Hausa. Good evening to you, Mr. Kunle Raymond. Good evening to you as well. And again, maybe I should just go back to that audio for the benefit of those of you that do not listen to that audio at the beginning of the conversation. The audio, it's all about how the Hausa, the indigenous Hausa, are also now speaking up as well, complaining bitterly about the injustice and the crime against ethnic cleansing. The Biafra, the Igbo, the Yoruba have been complaining about the same thing, but nobody was listening to them. In 2012, Nnamdi Kanu was right in front of the Nigerian embassy protesting against the injustice in the north, and he says that, I quote, "If you don't kill Nigeria, Nigeria will consume every one of us." Let's listen to this audio one more time again.
Address Nigerians and the international community about the current happenings in northern Nigeria. Although it's not only northern Nigeria, it's the entire country, but most particularly northern Nigeria. And I want to address the indigenous Nigerians and the Hausa people, particularly in Nigeria. You know, we need to rise up. We need to open eyes. The Fulanis are moving all villages, killing people, rampaging communities. You know, they have no respect for religion. Fulani man has no respect, whether you are a Muslim or you are a Christian. I myself that is addressing you, I'm a Hausa person. These people have no regard for religion. If you are thinking it's about religion, you better open your eyes. The indigenous people in this country and the Hausa people need to rise up and open their eyes. This is not about religion, it's about ethnic cleansing. The Fulani people want to eliminate the indigenous Nigerians.
I hope you can hear every part of what he's saying. The Fulani wants to eliminate the indigenous Hausas. Is that something we should be worried about? Is that something we should be scared about? This is Star Radio UK, 29 minutes past 1900 hours GMT in London, where we continue to report the crime that took place at the massacre of Nigerians. Where is the international community? I'm talking about the mainstream media, the CNN, the Al Jazeera, the WION, the BBC, the Fox, the NBC, the Reuters. Why are they not reporting, what happened in Nigeria on Monday, where innocent Nigerians that were traveling, through the train track was eventually killed, just as some of these images.
Now, in my local government, your local government of Kaduna State, it's a local government that is 99% Hausa people by tribe. But as I'm talking to you, over 4 days now, the Fulani militias have killed over 200 persons. And among them include my own relations. They have burnt houses. They have destroyed both Christians and Muslims. So it is high time for particularly the indigenous northern Hausas to unite themselves against this onslaught. If those
again, as we continue to ask the question, who should we
are in position of authority, if you think this is about religion, then you are still sleeping. This is not about religion. This is about ethnic cleansing. They are trying to eliminate the indigenous, Nigerians, the indigenous northerners, and take over their lands. This is about land grabbing. I'm telling you, in Zambian Tamil community.
Okay, I guess we have a new caller on the line. Let's go straight to that caller. Hello, good evening, caller, and welcome to Niger Voices.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good evening from here. Welcome. Let's hear your contribution on the program.
I'm calling from India.
From Indian. Wow, quite a long distance. We can hear you loud and clear. Just go ahead and speak a little bit more because it seems you're not speaking up quite well. But go ahead, we can hear you.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Now, I want to start by thanking you for everything, your effort, what you have been doing, and how you have been sending messages to people, trying to alert them and let them know what is about to come. We are all thankful to you.
Thank you so much.
And we are grateful to you for that support.
Thank you.
So please, you have to try more harder.
Okay.
Right? You have to try more harder.
Okay.
And if there is any way we can send a message to our celebrities.
Okay.
Because these people, if we can start by sending message, trying to draw attention, starting from our celebrities in Nigeria, because I don't see what they are doing. People are dying. People are dying every blessed day. The country is on flames, and they are busy trying to trend online. They are busy trying to make sure that they are record rappers who have money, who did this. I don't understand this people. Davido, Burna Boy, all these people, I don't know whether they are sticking the brain. This is the time that the country is burning. Everything is burning. People are dying every present day. These people have never come out to speak up, trying to let the world to know, trying to let Nigerians to know that look at what is going on, what is happening.
So, if I may ask you, sorry to interject, what do you think is the reason why some of these big time celebrities, like you mentioned their names, are not really speaking about the issues affecting the fans that follow and listen and love their music?
That is the reason why I'm getting. That is the reason why I'm getting mad, because I don't understand these people. Davido is transition his 300 million Lamborghini alongside with the other celebrities. Everybody is showing off. Everybody is only confined by their photos.
Yes, it is still Star Radio UK. We'd like to apologize for that. There was a bit of a cut in the transmission, but I can assure you that we are back on again. And I'd like to say kudos to the engineer that were able to quickly rectify the problem. This is still Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. As we continue to say that, whatever happens, we're still here, to continue the fight. And that is the beauty about the technology. Sometimes, we do have issues as well, but I can assure you that the engineer were able quickly to rectify the problem, and we are back on again, as we can say that this is still Star Radio UK. So as we continue to, review, what we were discussing before we went off the air for just about a few minutes, I would like to say that. Let us remember that the security of lives and property still has to be in the hands of the Nigerian government. The Nigerian government is literally, behind. The Nigerian government still has to, tell Nigerians why Nigerians cannot have access to, a better security system, and more Nigerians are suffering from the negligence of the system that have failed woefully. So we are here to discuss those issues. We are here to deliberate on them. We are here to tell the international community at exactly 1938 why we believe that the genocide that is happening now in the northern part of the country is now moving gradually, to the southern part, and likewise the southeast as well. So now we will continue. Once again, I'd like to appreciate my engineer and my producer that are working flatted behind the scene to make sure that we continue with the transmission that actually went down just for about a few minutes. So we are back on. We will take more calls, but bear with us in just about a few minutes while we get all the other platforms up and running quickly as well. My question again is, who should we hold responsible, for so many reasons why things are not working in Nigeria? Who should we be holding responsible? And that is the question I'm asking you tonight as we continue to review, the atrocity and the killings of more Nigerians, whether in Lagos, in the southeast. More Nigerians are literally facing the brunt. So we open back the phone line, but just bear with us while we get the phone line back on, because we actually have to let everything go. But my last caller, I'm gonna have to call my last caller back because it was calling from India. We couldn't get to finish our conversation with him, so we're gonna call him back. But for now, I asked the question: who should we hold responsible, for the atrocity and the killings that is making life miserable for so many Nigerians tonight? So the line is back on, but let's see if we can get through to the last caller. I know I can see another call was coming through, but we take the one before that so that we can get the views of that previous call. So I'm calling the caller from the studio. Again, I would like to apologize for the break in that transmission earlier on, but I can assure you we are back on again, and that we continue with where we stop on the program. So if you're still listening to us from India, please pick up the call. Sorry about that, caller. Now go ahead. Let's hear your final part of your conversation before the line went off.
All right. Thank you so much, my brother. So, like I was saying, I don't know if you can hear what I'm saying.
Loud and clear. You don't have to listen to yourself. I can listen to you. We can hear you, and the listeners around the globe can hear you as well. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, like I was saying, please, I do not hate or trying to disrespect anyone. But my concern about this whole situation, what is going on around Nigeria, is about our celebrities. These people are not speaking up for the people. They are not speaking up for the public. In all the killings, in all the evil, every blessed day, people are dying. Every blessed day, life is being taken away in that contraption. But none of these celebrities are saying anything. The only thing they are interested in is try to display themselves on social media and try to tell the world how much money they got. But what is the use of that money? Why everybody's going to die anyway? What is the use of your Lamborghini? What is the use of your mansions in Lekki, in VI, when they are coming to take you out? Everybody's going to die, I'm telling you, bro. We still have to stand up. The time is now, not tomorrow. Everybody have to speak. And when you talk about who are going to be held responsible for all the things that is happening around us,
yes,
go further than to go and hold our leader responsible, because he that the people are making our life unbearable for us. They don't want to tell us the truth. They have bought them over. They have paid them off. I'm telling you, everybody have taken their own share of the money. They have thought of us. Nigeria is in a verge of destruction. They are coming to kill all of us. Until we stand up right now, I am not saying to go, until we stand up now and do something about it. This rain that is about to fall is going to fall on for everybody. It's not going to ask you whether you are a senator. It's not going to ask you whether you are a House of Assembly. Everybody is going to feel the heat. Everybody is going to be taken out. Because our leaders have been bought over. We don't have leaders. We don't have governors. We don't have elders. I'm telling you that everybody has been bought over. Just look at what is happening since the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu. They have gone to the IPOB leaders and bought them over, and they are coming on social media and be talking rubbish. All of them. They are taking money, and no one is interested to tell the truth to the people. They keep on deceiving us, giving us wrong information, and not reporting what is going on in Biafra land. I'm saying all these things because if everyone keeps silent and keep on pretending that everything is fine, at the final end, everybody's going to bear the consequence. So I'm using this opportunity to voice my words out to the public. Wherever these celebrities are, all of them, that they should start speaking up for the people.
Thank you so much.
They should start sending message to the world that look at what is about to happen.
All right. Thank you so much, caller.
It is very close by.
Thank you so much for your call.
Right now. It is in our doorstep. So, Koiki Media, I thank you very much because I've been following your podcast, and you always stand up for the people and sending message to the people. I thank you, and God is going to bless you. But please, you have to let your voice, high your voice a little more louder.
Okay.
The world needs to hear you out.
Thank you so much.
Start doing something on ground. It's not only by praying, it's not only by sending messages. We need to start doing something on the ground. Everybody. We, the Igbos, the Yorubas, the northern belt, even the northern side, even the Hausas, we have to stand up and fight this very battle. If not, everybody is going to die at the end.
Right.
I'm telling you, I don't want to tell you all these things.
All right. Thank you,
From
sir.
the recent happening that's going on recently in the past few days, justify what I'm telling you right now.
Okay. All right.
So we all have to stand up and voice out our mind And please, if there's any way, all of us will keep sending messages to our celebrities for them to wake up. Because these people don't even understand what is going on. A lot of things is happening in Nigeria, and they are busy talking rubbish on the internet, talking trap.
All right.
They are not standing up and saying the right thing. They are not. They are misleading Nigerians. All of them. From A to Z, none of the celebrities are doing the right thing. I don't understand what is going on. Everybody in the country is pretending that everything is perfectly all right. Because the killing has not reached your doorstep. Because none of your sisters have been killed. Because none of your brothers have been killed. That's why no one is saying anything.
All right. Thank you so much. I'm going to let you go now because of just the time constraints. Thank you so much.
This very rain that is about to fall is going to fall on every of us. All of us.
All right.
No one is going to escape.
Thank you so much. I'm going to let you go because of the time constraint. We only have about 15 minutes and we'll go straight to the next caller. Hello, good evening, caller, and welcome to the program.
Hi, good evening, Mr. Koiki.
You're welcome.
Thanks for all you do.
You're welcome to Nigeria
This is
Voices.
me, Olayomi, calling from the United States.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to contribute like two things in your program for tonight.
Go ahead.
And yeah, so I was going through social media and everything. I saw a video about Rotimi Amechi that was talking about the bombing, the train track bombing, and everything that happened in Kaduna. And I was very surprised how Nigerians are not paying attention to the key word coming out from Rotimi Amechi. He keep emphasizing about it cost the federal government $3 billion to fix the train track. And I was just surprised that we understand that the $3 billion is going to cost to fix the tracks and the train and to get the coaches and everything back running. But is that $3 billion more important than the 8 lives that was lost on that horrible day? But he keep mentioning 3 billion because he already know that this is a perfect opportunity for him to embezzle another fund, and everything still roll around, the corruption of how Nigeria is like a country that can never be redeemable. The country is really gone because the politicians, anytime something happens, they look for opportunity. That it's a perfect opportunity for them to embezzle another fund, that will be coming from the taxpayers, and also to round my conversation up before I give you the space, the incident that happened at the Abuja Stadium yesterday, that after the game and youths all pour onto the pitch and started destroying and stuff, it is a sign. It is a sign that Nigerian youths are already getting to that edge that they're all going to explode very soon. Because if you look at the magnitude of, because what happened at that Abuja Stadium yesterday, I have not, the last time that I saw something like that happened was like back in like maybe 1996, 1998, a long time ago in National Stadium in Lagos. But something like that, something of that magnitude has never ever happened in Nigeria for so long. I know, I don't know. I mean, I'm still young, I was born in 1989. I don't know, maybe before 1989, maybe something significant like that has happened. But with the information that I know and with what I've done so far, I don't think something of that magnitude has ever happened in any stadium in Nigeria after man has played or after Nigeria has been defeated or something in a game. And the youth, we look at the sport, we use sports to kind of like calm the tension of what's going on in the country. It's not like the youths don't know what's going on. They know what's going on. But it's like they still have like hope that maybe something can change. And looking at the caliber of the football players that we have that represent Nigeria, we have like names like Kelechi here playing for Leicester City in the United Kingdom. We have, we have Feyenoord playing in like Belgium. We have all these players playing in like in big clubs, like clubs that they've been to the Club World Cup. They've played the UEFA. They've played. Some of them have played UEFA Champions League. Some of them have played Premier League for like almost a decade of their years in Europe, and using those players, to try to qualify for World Cup, and those players do not even get to that expectation that Nigerian youth expect them to get to. Kind of like got the youth to like just go mayhem everything that was going on, but that is a little sign of what is about to befall Nigeria. Okay. Because if the government are not, if they don't see, if they don't use